Hello my YouTube friends, how is everyone going? I hope wherever you are, you're happy, you're safe, you're keeping well. Today is Remembrance Day, so I've got my little red poppy there off to the side. I think over in America you guys call it Veterans Day, but at the end of the day it's all to celebrate, and not celebrate, remember, think of all the people who have, served our country, and, also to tie in with Armistice Day, which is the signing of the peace treaty at the end of World War I. So yeah, please take a moment today to stop and remember all those who have helped and served, and I give thanks, so thank you very much. So I also will be talking about some cool coins to tie in with Remembrance Day later on in my CAROCASH segment, so please stay to watch that if you are interested. I always like to start off my videos with some shout outs, so I want to say hi to Elle Kennedy. She's an Aussie budgeter, family of 3. She does a lot of side incomes. I think she door dashes or Uber Eats. And she's got this really cool challenge jar, those jars where you put the coins in and it counts it for you. She's got one of those, which is cool. And then I also want to say hi to Budget by the Bag. Now, she's an American stuffer, and the cool thing about her videos that I really enjoy is she has 2 cameras set up, so she's showing you from above, and then she's also got like a side view camera off to the side. So if you kind of want to see what that's like, go check her out too, because she's great. And she talks so softly, and it's just really calming to watch her videos, and I really enjoy them, and she's always commenting on mine, so thank you very much for the support. All right, here we have $550. This is some side income from me doing some freelance graphic design work, as I'm a graphic designer, as well as me just doing some eBay sales and stuff like that. So I've just joined it all together. All right, and to kick this off, so we'll bring out my sinking funds binder. And if you are new here, this is what I do. I do sinking funds, long-term savings, and some savings challenges. So I don't really go into my expenses like rent and all that. That's all done electronically. This is just for my sinking funds long-term. All right, so to kick it off, we're going to give Splurge $40. And how is everyone going? Can you believe we're now the 11th of November? What? It'll be Christmas before we know it. 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 225. Is anyone doing anything special for Christmas, like going away anywhere now that traveling's a possibility? I've already pre-filled in all of these. So CAROCASH is going to get 10. So that now has $50. And then the other things I want to stuff, not many in here because most of this money is going to go to some savings challenges, which is great. So gifts, I want to add another 50. So gifts now has 50, 1, 50, 70, 85. SOS, I like to stuff. This is my emergency fund. I'm going to give it 50. So now SOS has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 350, 370, 390, 410, 1420. Wowzers. Dead set. That makes me feel so great. Savings I'm skipping because we're going to be doing the savings challenges instead, and travel is going to get $50. Excuse the birds, they're crazy. Even though it's raining today, they're still out with their lungs out. Okay, so travel is getting 50, so let's see what this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $1,120. I'm trying to save for a trip to London, if you're new and you're wondering why I've got so much in travel. And Taxman, of course, we have to pay Taxman for part of this. And I'm just going to pop in a 50, which should cover it all. So that now has 1, 2, 3, 50, 70, 80. Always got to pay your taxes. All right, and then that's it for this. And now let's get the sinking funds folder. Sorry, the savings challenges folder. All right. I'm really enjoying these savings challenges. What I'm going to do first up is I am going to change something up. Straight up. Because it's not me, it's not CAROCASH if I'm not changing things up. All right, if you are following me on my Instagram, you would have seen that the day before yesterday, I posted up this Apple Store savings challenges. Now I've got them in 1K, 2K, 3K. I'm going to do the 2K because, as you can see, I want to save for an iPhone, and they're like $1,800 here in Australia. So yeah, that's what I want to do. And I thought I'm going to actually focus on this more than the $20 banknotes right now. So I'm going to take this money out of my $20 banknotes, which is $100, and I'm going to put it to the Apple Store. But what I'll do is I'll just put this in here. I'll put this off to the side just here, and I will do that when we get to that. So I just wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping, and what I'll do is I'll put this at the back. And what I wanted to do also is show you how easy it is, because I get a lot of questions about, you know, how do I get this off? So here in Australia, here's a plug. I'm not getting paid for this, but Thank You brand is a brand in Australia, and I absolutely love. If you're an Aussie, go to Coles and get this because it's hand sanitizer, but it smells so nice. It doesn't smell like, you know, really alcoholic, and you know how some of them can be quite toxic. Anyway, so what I do is I just put a little bit on. I get a cotton tip and I just rub it a little bit, and then I get a tissue, and look, it just wipes all away. That's me using, that's just gone everywhere. That's me using the Sharpie permanent marker. But that's literally all I do, and look how easy it comes off. So if you're wondering, try that and see how you go. Because I used to use a tissue and scrub, and it was hard, but using one of those cotton tips, I think in Q-tips, you guys, some people call them. So try using one of them first, and that works really well, I'm finding. So, all right, okay. Anyway, let's move this over. I want to make sure my poppy can be seen. Thank you. Really, it just moves me this day, Remembrance Day, because, you know, I've got a grandfather who fought in the war, and it's just a day of really kind of reflecting, to say thanks to everyone who served to help us. All right, so challenges, I am going to put $80, which is going to be 4 20s. So 1 2 3 4. I'm not going to count this, I just like add into it, and I am going to color in this whole bottom row. 1 2 3 and 4. So I feel like I'm getting through this challenge pretty good, pretty quickly, which is great. I'm not sure what this is going to go to yet. I don't know which one of my sinking funds I'm going to put this into. It will either be savings or SOS or travel. One of those three seems to be my 3 main priorities right now. And then I've also got my $1,000 savings challenge, which I'm going to put in $90. So there's 50 and 40. I'll just pop that in, and I'm going to color in a 50. Feels good to knock out those 50s, and a 40. I'm trying to get, while I can, because I do have another challenge that's about to start. I'm trying to get rid of these big ones while I can, because obviously I've fully funded for Christmas, and you know, all this money can go to these savings challenges at the moment, which is great. So I'm going to put that in there. And speak of, this is the challenge I was talking to you about. So this is a free savings challenge that I'm giving out if you want to do over the course of summer, obviously Australian summer, and it's going to kickstart on the 1st of December. So yeah, if you want that, the link to that is in the description below. Along with any products that I do have, like the cash tray, my calculator, the Moterms, because I did have someone ask me, where do I get all this stuff from? These envelopes I've made, but I don't sell these because they take a long time to make for me. I do sell an alternative design on my Etsy if you are interested, but yeah, everything else is available on my Etsy. So Galentine's Day is gonna get 10. So let's color in a little sneaky 10. And this is going to be for me and my best friend, and we're going to go get pedicures or a massage, or we like to do high tea, I mentioned in a previous video. That's what that's going to go for. Yep. All right, and here's the apple store. So we're going to add in this 100. So let's just check that it's 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So I'm going to color in one of these huge hungy apples. But I'm also going to add in a $40. So there's 40. And I'm going to colour in a 4. I might colour in this one since it's the odd one over here. 40. So as you can see, I've coloured in 100 and I've coloured in 40. So we're well on to our way now, thanks to me swapping out those envelopes, you know, with the other $20 envelope. We're well on our way to saving for an iPhone. Melbourne Cup Day, I'm going to give this a 10 this time. And I will colour in number 10, horse. This is Melbourne Cup Day, and this is, you know, to go towards the whole event. So barbecue, family day, all together. That's just been, so this is all for next year. Christmas this year is fully funded, so I'm actually saving for next Christmas already. So I'm only just going to put in a 20, so 1, because I've designated that each Santa represents $20. So I'm just going to put in 1. So there's the 20 for that. YouTube, we are very, very, very close to me putting in another $10 because we are close to 700, and it still shocks me. I can't even keep talking about it because it shocks me every time I open the app and I see another person subscribed. I appreciate every single one, so thank you for that. $5 notes. I am going to put in whatever's left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, $20 worth. Cool. So I'm going to colour in 1, 2, 3, 4. That reminds me of something, and I don't know what. So there, we've added in. We're almost finished. We're almost halfway through our 3rd row. That's very cool. And then lastly, our $10 notes. I am going to put in what's left. So what's here? 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have now completed our 2nd row. And see, once we finish this top section, we'll have $300, and then the second section, $600. So, you know, if people doing this challenge, you might only need to get to $300, and then you stop, and then you allocate that funds, or you spend it, whatever you're doing this challenge for. So there you go. There's my savings challenges done. Woohoo, hoo-hoo. So there you go. All right, this is the segment I like to call CAROCASH Collects. Now, I've dropped the camera. I'm going to put this over here so it's just peeking in the corner. Gosh, I love poppies. Aren't they beautiful? Such a beautiful flower to be that red. So yeah, I've dropped the camera. Pepsi cheers. And I also want to say a Pepsi cheers to everyone who's serving, who has served. You know, I thank you. I really do appreciate that. So first up, speaking of poppies, we're going to kick off with the poppies. So these were released in 2012. These are the poppy design, and they're both released with or without paint. Now, without paint, there were 5.8 million produced, and with paint, 500,000. So to this date, this red coin here is the most lowest minted coin. It's the most desired coin, and it's the most expensive out of the $2 coin if you're in the collecting business. I just look at the difference. Like, isn't the red poppy, it's just beautiful. That really, when the designer went, you know what, let's color this coin in, they made the right choice. I think it's just beautiful. All right, next up we have the 2014 Remembrance Coin. Now this has the dove and then an olive branch, as well as the green ring with the rays of sunlight. And this coin is really cool because it's actually inspired by the rising sun badge on the Australian military forces. So that's currently what is on our soldiers. And there's 1.85 million of these produced. So they're all under 2 million. So I suggest keeping these because that's quite rare when you're talking about coins that are normally minted in the 60 million. And next up we have the 2015, and this is the coin that signifies 100 years since Anzac Cove landing. This is a very powerful coin. If you don't know about Gallipoli, I suggest you go Google it. It is a time in Australian and New Zealand history that we would wish went differently. We landed in the wrong beach, and a lot of soldiers paid for that with their lives, and it was just a horrible, horrible thing from World War One. And it's got the words "lest we forget" in the middle, and it's just got all the poppies with, unfortunately, some graves. It's just such a powerful coin. 1.46 million of those produced. Then we go on to 2015. This is the Flanders field coin. This is such a beautiful coin. Like, the designer did such a good job with this. It's got sculptured larks with orange rings representing like a sunset glow. It's just gorgeous. 2.15 million. So we finally hit just over the 2 million here. Then next up we have the 2017 Remembrance Coin. It's got the words "lest we forget." Now this coin was inspired by the Napier Waller's mosaic, which is featured in the Australian War Memorial, which I'll put a photo up on the screen. And this is 3.98 million, so almost 4 million of these. That's still low. I still hang on. Any $2 coin I find, I keep. Next up we have the 2017 $2 Remembrance Coin, and this is, it's got the leaves, the flowers, rosemary, all to signify, remembrance, peace. Beautiful coin. 2.1 million. So next up we have the 2018 Eternal Flame. This is a beautiful coin. Like, it's just gorgeous the way it captures all the colors, the reds, the orange, the blues. So this is based on the Eternal Flame at the Australian War Memorial. So this is 5.4 million of these produced. Gorgeous. And then up next we have the 2018. This is a coin that celebrates the 100th anniversary of the First World War armistice that's signed on November 11th, 1918. Now, sad story, I read that apparently before 11 a.m. on that day, back in 1918, something like 2,700 Allied soldiers were killed. And it's just so sad, because if you think about it, like, that was meant to be a day of peace, and they just missed out on that well-deserved peace. It breaks my heart hearing that kind of stuff. You think you're so close, you think you're there, you're done. So sad. 1.6 million of those coins produced, by the way, if I never mentioned that. And then second last, we have the 2019 Centenary of Repatriation, so bringing our soldiers home. And now there's 2 million of these coins. It's a gorgeous coin. I love the red and the black together. Really does go. It's gorgeous, the contrast. So 2 million of them. And then lastly, I spoke about this in a previous video. This is the 2020 end of World War II coin. And now I don't know, I can't remember if I said there was 500,000. There's actually 700,000. So I thought that it was going to compete with the red poppy, but it's not. So the red poppy is still the lowest minted at 500,000. This is the second lowest. So this is at 700,000. So if you see this coin, I suggest you hang on to it. It's a beautiful coin. So that is it for the $2 coins. So I just want to mention 3 other coins. So we've got the 20 cent 2005 end of World War II. Now there's 33.5 million of these coins. So I get this in my change quite a lot. However, I just think it's gorgeous. Like, look at the lady's hair. Look at the kid's hat. The bow in it. I just love it. The soldier's chin strap. So much detail. Such a gorgeous coin. And can you imagine the feeling of all soldiers and nurses' families when they returned home? How much you would have just grabbed them and hugged them. It's a gorgeous coin. And so the same year, but for the 50 cent denomination, they released this coin, which is a very, very, very powerful coin. So this is inspired by a photograph that's in the Australian War Memorial collection, and it's the scene of El Alamein. So very, very powerful. Like, you've got the soldier looking over a grave, you've got in the background, you have, you know, the priests and more soldiers looking over, burying, just constantly burying people. It's so sad. Such an impactful coin, isn't it? And then lastly, we have, oh, sorry, I meant to mention there's 26.6 million of those coins. So that's a very heavily produced coin too. I get that in my change all the time. And then lastly, we have the $1 100 Years of Anzac. The spirit lives. I love that. This coin, you might think, oh, I get this coin all the time, it's just the same coin. In fact, it's not. So it is the same design. However, this was released 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. So 9 times out of 10 when you get this coin, flip it over, you'll see 2014 at the bottom. However, if you see any other year, I suggest you keep it, because 2014 there was 22 million produced. The other years are all around 2 million, and so they're a bit harder to find. So if you do see any other year, I suggest you keep it, because it's a low minted coin. But it's great. I've got the whole set of all the years and they just look great together. So yeah, beautiful coin. Anyway, so they're all the coins that signify and represent, you know, this special day, Remembrance Day, whether it's Remembrance Day, or a lot of the coins talk about Anzac Day, which is, for us in Australia and New Zealand, we celebrate that in April. It's just these coins, I just wanted to do a little special on Remembrance Day, on any those coins that commemorative, you know, unfortunately, war. But it's just, they're such beautiful coins, especially the $2 coins. Like, they've done such a beautiful job with all the color. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a bit of a longer segment. So if you have watched this far, thank you very much. Please take a moment today, wherever you are in the world, and just take a moment to remember those who have died fighting for us. So thank you very, very much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.